And we're back for day number 2. Welcome back, Twin Cities Female Fitness page. So happy that you made it back for day number 2. Happy that you stuck around for day number 1. You took a look at your problem areas, and hopefully you heard my challenge at the end and were able to take some of that and think about how you need to take that moving forward. Now, let's do a quick recap of yesterday. Number 1, we all have problem areas. We've all tried countless methods for ridding ourselves of these problem areas. Trying to make the bingo wings go away, tighten up the legs, get rid of the belly fat. We've done things like cardio, starvation, cut calories, gimmicks sold to us by the super talented marketers. But the good news, you're not stuck with your problem areas. No matter what you've tried in the past, doesn't mean that you're locked into your stubborn body fat for the rest of your life. By following an individualized training program, by treating diet and exercise as equals, and maintaining accountability are all ways that you can get rid of your problem areas. But you've probably tried all this before. Yeah. Same old. Because like everything else, you followed what you saw on the internet. You followed what worked for your friend, or what worked for you a long time ago, even if you gained it all back when you stopped. Hello, keto. Everybody loses weight. Everybody gains it back when they add carbs back in. But they'll still go back to keto to lose the weight. Here's the real reason you can't burn stubborn belly fat, or 3 of them. Problem number 1, sit-ups are your only core exercise. Crunches fall into that category as well. Sit-ups aren't a bad exercise. They're not the best for building a lean, toned, sexy core. You need something that's going to get you real results. You need something that trains your entire core. Sit-ups train a little strip of muscles. Crunches, an even smaller strip of muscles. Your second problem is you have an inconsistent diet. Maybe you are a weekend warrior and you do fantastic Monday through Friday at lunch, but then Friday afternoon, evening through Sunday, you don't know what happens. Or maybe you're somebody who you do pretty well throughout the week, but that late night snack, that mid-afternoon snack just gets you. Or you're the person who diets really hard for a while, loses some weight, and then goes right back to what you were doing before. Your diet's inconsistent. I told you, we were going to hit on diet as part of building a core. The third problem, you have through the roof stress levels. I talked about it with cardio. I talked about it with starvation. Cortisol leads to belly fat. It builds up in your belly because it's the area where if it's going to be flushed out, it can be filtered through and broken down in that area. But when your stress levels are through the roof, you don't allow those to come back down, your body just keeps piling it on and piling it on. Well, sounds like enough to want to get me started. If you're ready to get rid of your belly fat for good, here's what I've got for you. If you're ready to use exercises other than sit-ups with a diet that actually works, here's how I recommend you do it. Number 1, use the core training pyramid. The core training pyramid was not created by me. I had a coach who gave it to me, who was given to him by his coach, who was given to him by his coach. Goes on and on. The core pyramid has been around for a long time. I wrote an entire blog about the core pyramid. A lot of you received it when you inquired about the core training, the mini challenge for the core. So check that out. If you didn't get it, give me a thumbs up below. I'll know that means that you want a copy of it. But the core training pyramid is built like any other pyramid. You have to crush the base. You have to be able to crush that core exercise. It's diaphragmatic breathing. You have to be able to absolutely kill that before you can get the most out of the exercises up the pyramid. So diaphragmatic breathing, let's talk about it. What's the base? It's breathing using your entire core. There's a lot around now about how we as Americans breathe. It's very high. So if I breathe and my shoulders come up, that means I'm breathing really high into my chest. I want to breathe to fill my belly in. So my shoulders should stay level and my belly should come out. I actually should feel this down the sides of my core, down through the front of my core, and even into my pelvic floor. Then on the exhale, I use my pelvic floor to help pull that back up and exhale. It's not complicated. It just takes practice and it takes thought. This is the type of breathing that you're encouraged to do when you do a meditative breathing, or box breathing is a common way people do it. You breathe box breathing, you breathe in for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then you rest for 4, repeating that process. But diaphragmatic breathing, if you can't master that, the science argues that you have no business moving into planks, into sit-ups, into loaded carries, into anti-flexion movements, all of it. You have to be able to master the diaphragmatic breathing first. So practice it. If I'm being honest, I have to practice it on the floor. Sitting in a chair seems to not give me as much of a cue on what my shoulders are doing. If I'm lying flat on the floor, I can feel if my shoulders are sliding up on the floor. So lie down. I recommend putting your hands on your belly. So you'll be able to feel, if you put them like this, you'll be able to feel you breathe out through the sides. You'll be able to feel yourself breathe down and through the bottom of that core. It takes practice. But if you do it every day, which it is the base of the pyramid, it should be done most often, you will get better at it. Then you work your way up the pyramid. But know that when you look at this pyramid, the base, the bottom levels of the pyramid, every layer you move up, that exercise should be done less and less, or that type of exercise should be done less and less. So when it comes to loaded carries, if you come to Complete Performance, we do those probably once a week in different variations. There's a reason for that. We might also go 2 weeks without doing them. They're at the top of the pyramid. Sit-ups. That again should maybe be done once, maybe twice a week. You have anti-flexion movements. We do a lot of those as our balance exercises or single-sided exercises. 2 to 3 times a week. You have plank variations. I know our Complete Performance clients love how often we do planks and hollow holds. Hanging holds fall in that category as well. But we do those because they are right above diaphragmatic breathing. And once we master diaphragmatic breathing, then we move into those bracing exercises to teach your core to brace. So you can stand up tall, so you can sit up tall, so that you have less back pain, less shoulder pain, less neck pain, so you can walk pain-free, live a more pain-free life. Now, enough on the core training pyramid. Second thing is you have to consistently stay in a calorie deficit. It has to be set up for you. If you just Google how many calories should you eat to lose weight, it'll tell you 1,200 or 1,500. It's not accurate. You are unique. You have your own age. You have your own activity level. You have your own diet history. And all of that should be considered when it comes to putting together a calorie deficit for you. You also have your own lifestyle, and that's most important. If it's not something that you can stick to long term, then you have to adjust. But if you want to lose stubborn belly fat, if you want to see a serious transformation, you need to stay in a calorie deficit for anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks. Only 12 to 16 weeks. That doesn't mean you finish your 12 to 16, you start another 12 to 16. You take 12 to 16, you take a little bit of a break, allow your body to stabilize, live life a little bit, go back and do it again. There's a cycle to it. Seasons of dieting, seasons of fitness and fat loss. If you have questions about that, let me know. I'm happy to answer those. The third fix is to manage your stress levels. Be sure that you take daily me time. This has been something I've talked to a lot of our Complete Performance clients about. How can you sneak in 5 minutes a day? Is it sitting outside in your hammock? Is it listening to a meditation? Is it just tuning everything out and having quiet? Going for a walk? Sitting in the car and just listening? Find your me time. Other ways to manage stress: journaling, meditation, specific quiet time, appropriate rest, meaning between workouts, during your day, and sleep. And then doing activities that you enjoy. Yes, we enjoy working out, but that's not, it's a stressful activity in a positive way. It's a positive stressor in your life, but it still is a stressor, something to be mindful of. So those are your 3 fixes. Those are the ways that you can actually burn stubborn belly fat. Use the core training pyramid, consistency in a calorie deficit, and management of your stress levels. So that's day number 2. If you want to know how you can get rid of that stubborn belly fat for good, because these things will help, but you got to make sure you know how to get rid of it for good. You got to tune in tomorrow for day number 3. Now, if you watch this video, I want to know that you saw this, because I want to be able to reach out to you who is actually taking the time to watch these videos. So drop a comment with your favorite core exercise on this video so that I can tell you where you need to add things in, what you could change, or just give you a thumbs up and say, I'm proud of you for doing that exercise. So 11 minutes in, let me know you got all the way through and drop that comment below.